rough, dark, or black Mintabi opals. What will they become? Come and join me and find out. We'll face them together, and if worth it, we will go all the way to polish hopefully a gem, hopefully a black gem. It is not from Lighting Rich, it is from a mine that's now closed years ago, and it used to produce these beautiful opals. But now they're coming very scarce and hard to get. They were always hard to get, especially the dark black Mintabi. And these three are a very good size, but have they issues, especially this one. What do we know about Mintabi? It is a very tough opal to cut. Number of reasons. The first reason, and one that for me is the most challenging, and for many opal cutters, it's that it's very difficult to face. A lot of times it's very thin color bars, and the color play, once you face it, like from the side looks spectacular, like this one. And then when you take the top off or the skin off and start facing it, you have to be very careful because it can lose the color quickly. And the second part that makes it tough is the cracking. It can be quite hard opal and it can crack. And you can see this one could potentially be a cracky opal. So we've got these three gems, hopefully gems, and we're gonna go on the machine, face them, cut them, whatever we need to do to keep as much of this beautiful, look at that color bar, which could end up being black, and that's what we're hoping for because that's real money. Now at the end of this video, I will tell you what this parcel was priced at, those 3 stones, and I will also tell you if we made money or not. Okay, so I will weigh them for you quickly. So we've got 3, as I said, decent chunks of opal. So the first one, 39 carats. So this one is 39. This one, which appears to possibly be the most challenging, 34 carats. And then we've got this one with just that face color, and that's 42. So we've got between 34 and 42 carats, 3 opals. But as you can see, a lot of it is potch. We want to keep the black potch. So they ain't gonna make huge gems. We're hoping for, you know, 2-3 carats at the end of polished, beautiful black opal. Ideally, that's what we want. The 3 opals like that. Let's go just to quick analysis of those 3 beautiful rough Mintabis. So this one has this thick color bar on this side, and it looks like it runs, maybe not all of it, but some of it runs to the other side. Now, if you have a look, there's also a thin color bar there. I'm not sure if it's gonna make anything, but there is a color there, and that here is black. So I'm proposing, and what I'm gonna do is cut this one in the middle here, also because this spot seems to be gray anyway, and then probably end up facing this from there. In saying that, I will cut it, so I'll leave enough there, and then I decide if to face it from there and there, or there. So I will cut it somewhere here, and then we go from there. Now this one here, these two are a little bit of easier decision. You can see this bar here that runs a little bit thins out there, but this is what it's all about. Just this pointer here that seemed to go through this edge, this bit of color there, and there's a black underneath there. So I want to keep this black there, so I will face it through here. Cut this off and hopefully end up with that black edge there. And this one, which seems to be the easiest, there's really not much choice here. Just facing it, taking the skin off on top and going from there. This sits on more of a gray base, so I doubt it's gonna be black. There's a bit of black there. I'm hoping the color runs through. It is Mintabi though, so I wouldn't be surprised that it doesn't. So there you go. That's the plan. And now we can go on the machine and do some work. Okay, so this is after giving it a slice, and I changed my mind a little bit. See, there's a bit of a black patch there in the middle, so I'm not gonna face it from this side. I'm going to this thin bit. I'm not sure if anything be there. There's just a very little color, but I'm still gonna go in there and have a look. This one, because there's this black patch now, and under the skin looks more grayish, so I'm gonna take the skin off. See the cracks on my fingers? All this flaky cracking, typical Mintabi issues. Beautiful opal, but God, it's frustrating. And I'm expecting a fair bit of frustration here. This is the most challenging piece, actually. I just cut this bit out. I just went on a 180 wheel to take the skin off faster. This we're working on 600 here. I don't want to work on the fast wheel. Sometimes you might see me just for bits going on the 180 or 240. So but I won't move the camera, so I'm just gonna go and work on this. There's a good color there. I'm glad I took the skin off, because as you can see, that end is gray, so I think it's gonna be a darker opal, the darker patch if we leave it maybe on the half of it, but it just seems darker. Like more flecks, more stuff, hopefully no cracks, but I'm a bit concerned about the sand. Really concerned about the sand. As you can see, there is a fair bit of sand in there and inclusions on the surface. So let me speed it up here and just put some music on and have a look at the end of this, what we get. I had this music when I was cutting. I made that 20 minutes into 1 minute.
It is so frustrating. Look at that. See sand cracking. It is, as predicted, a very frustrating opal that has a magnificent color. But it's beaten by inclusions. There is the sand there. There is a little sand crag in the middle. I'm hardly touching the wheel. You know, I've rolled the edges. We went from trying to get the sand out, basically, on top. It's got quite deep color bar, but it's just not cleaning up. And the side of the opal, you can see more and more sand. But that green is so bright, you know, it's so frustrating when you get bitten by the sand. So calm the music. I need to calm down here. That's been a long time working on that little piece. Well, it was a bigger piece, you know, 30 something carats, gonna become 2-3, but it's not looking likely to be any reasonable value, this one. And I'll just touch the wheel a few more times and then just put it to the camera for you to see. See that sand in the middle? There? It's not clean. It's got a rolling flash, but it's got other inclusions. Just... Can you see? Can't get rid of it. There is a sand there in the side. I have to think about this one. I think I'm gonna cut it in half and make 2, maybe 1 carat gems, because if I keep it intact, look, even the cutting might not solve this. I might just leave it imperfect because there's so many of those little sand spots. And it's a shame because look how black it is there. This is the other part of it. That's the thin slice, the bottom of that mean opal. Really frustrated me. I mean, I could not keep you here for 20 odd minutes looking at me touching the wheel gently just to get something out of it. So I did speed it up, but it's quite hard to cut this opal. And most of you know and guessed actually where the opal is from. So you have some experience, I see. Some of you a lot more experience than me, actually. But yeah, this bottom slice of this opal's got nothing in it, really. Look, sometimes I like to cut this up to little chips with a black bit of color with crystal chips and make vials out of it. At the end I might show you one of my vials, actually. You can have a quick look because they are pretty nice. But look, see, now we'll give up on this one. So now this one seems to be the easiest. Nice thick bright green color bar. We're just gonna take the top off and see how far that color bar, that color runs under the skin, and see what we end up with. So I'll speed it up here, I'll put some music on, and let's see what happens. Okay, so we ended up with this very, very bright edge there, which will make a beautiful stone. There is a bit of color after that, but this is where it's at. Oh, just gonna touch, very gently touch the 600 wheel with that part of the stone that has less color, just to see if there is anything sealing them more. But I think I can see very clearly where the stone is going to be, and it's going to be a beautiful one. Well, might be two. So we're gonna see, that's where the stone is going to be for sure. But by touching the wheel a little bit more, I'm exposing not as bright color, but still color on the rest of the top there. So I think we're going to slice it a couple of times still. Just touching that wheel gently, just to have a look at what other color I can find there. And see, there's, I slice it there, but there's some, I think that part is gonna make two stones. Okay, see, so after slicing, we still got the edge there, and we've got color on the other side. So how about we'll make two out of it. See, there is a broad flash there of that electric green. Oh, that is electric, isn't it? Loving it. All right, so there's the triangle with that very, very bright electric green. And the other part is here. Less color, still some color. We'll clean it up, put it on the lopstick. Yeah, looking good. Now, this is an interesting one. So we've got some beautiful color on that black potch there, but it's just on the edge of that seam opal. It's kind of running thick on one side to halfway through the stone. So I'm really looking forward to see how this will clean up. Just need to decide which side. That's the side. I'm just gonna, I need to leave as much of that black in there. So I think I'll take the skin off. Just trying to see if there's any more color on the side there I can expose. I don't think so. I went on the 180 there just to speed it up because there was a lot of potch, a lot of thickness there. So now we're here just exposing that beautiful, I mean electric color on the black. Gotta love that. So I'm very happy what's coming up here. Now there is part of this opal that also has, I haven't shown you because it's hard to see, but as I'm working on it, I can see at the end of that beautiful green thick color bar there is little thin lines of green and red. And I'm hoping that that grey top cleans up to a color, and it's looking like it will, even though you can't see that color bar on the side, so it's thin on that part of the stone. And we might be heading for making two stones out of this. Let's just see how this color runs and what we're gonna do with it. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how many of you have cut Mintabi before and how many of you like it. You've guessed, many of you have guessed where the opal was from that trailer that I put out a couple of days ago on the post. It's nice to have you all engaged. Some said to I could to give away the Opal to the one that guesses the price of it. I will at the end reveal what the cost of this Opal was, and I think this is looking quite profitable for what this Opal was for sale for. But yeah, just a little bit not quiet, ready to give away black Opals like that. But I'm hoping that I'll get soon to the number of subscribers to get monetized, get some money and spend it more, do giveaways, do lots of fun things. And I might think about maybe some contest or some giveaway we can do. Anyway, I'm just looking here at this. You can see there is color through the whole stone. It's just that edge that's pointing to like a teardrop sharp end. It's much brighter. Well, it's not. Actually, it's all very electric and bright, but it's on the edge. It's the color stays, whereas the rest of the stone is rolling. See? Wow, it's coming up. More. There's a little bit of colorless, little bit parts. I just wonder if I'm going to make two stones out of it, or just one big one, which part of it might not be as bright as the other, but it's gonna have a good size, and it's definitely turning out to be a black Opal. N3 and 4, probably towards N3. It's pretty dark. The back of it, you see, it's probably dark, but where the color is, it's definitely hitting the black potch. So just rolling the back here because it's a bit sharp. And yeah, so yeah, help me achieve this goal of 1,000 subscribers. So hit the subscribe button, likes, comments, everything helps, so we can grow and have a lot more videos like this one, and this black Opals and more, and all sorts of things. I'm enjoying myself. I'm hoping you guys are too. And yeah, the giveaways, they will come. The more we grow, the more we all will benefit and enjoy this channel. I'm doing this for all of you guys, and fulfilling my passion by doing so. Wow, see this? Yeah, there's a little bit of sand there. You could see a dot of sand, but I think it will come off. So the question just becomes, if we cut this in two or keep it as one, I am not sure. The more I'm rolling it, the more there's more color coming. I'm here, just draw the line to see what I'm thinking, making one stone there and one there, but then when I'm rolling it, ooh, it's almost worth keeping it intact and shaping it that way. Well, I reckon we will be ready for the dop sticks now, and I'm gonna go and sand and polish what we've got and see what the end result. So I put those three on the dop stick, and I'm gonna give it sand and polish. I decided to keep this big one intact, not cutting it, and see how we go. And those two. So I also, this fourth one here has got insane color, but I did have a look under the torch and there was a lot of sand in it. So I kept it as a rub. I won't bother doing anything with it. So I'll go and finish the others. Okay, so I've got some results, and what we've got is, this is one that I just rubbed because it has beautiful color, by the way, but it's got sand all through it. I put it with a torch and there is just no point to it, even though it shines bright. It has sand actually. Let me maybe I can try to do this and you can see. Okay, see, it's got sand all through it from the top to the bottom. That crack there on top, well, it's not a crack, it's sand, goes all the way through. Not doing a very good job of this, but it's a small, I wish you could see from the top. Maybe you can see a little bit, but yeah, that sand crack there, it's basically going all through. So this little rub, look at the color, it's a shame, but even cutting it in half, making two small ones, it's 2.6 carats, so I don't know, giveaway kit or maybe chips. Same with this, which was just a little bit of a black potch, and I promise you that I will show you what I can do with this. And what I would do with this is that. See, there is some vials that I'm making, and when you put a little bit black in there, it's fantastic with that crystal. So it just shows the color more, it makes it pop in the vials. And if the black pot's got a little bit of color like this one there, see there? Electric blue, there's another one, purples here. It's just a beautiful thing. And those vials are available on my website for sale. I keep making them. This shows you too what you can make with the offcuts. So yeah, so sometimes I keep all those black pieces with a bit of color, crystal pieces, and I make this. They are a good quality because I clean these chips up and make the color really pop. They're not just offcuts, they're actually been rubbed with most sand off it. So that's just one of them. I think I've got a few. They go pretty fast actually. So yeah, look up my website if you're interested, and ask me if you need to know how I make it. I'm happy to help you, tell you what Opal and what I do to make them. Okay, so that's that. Then we had three little ones. Well, two little ones. So we've got this little one here, which you can see it's got those two lines, and I can't get rid of them because they go deep enough. The color bar is thin, so we ended up with that, and that weighs, it's a very small one,
just over a carat. Look, it's not much value in it, you know, $50 because of those inclusions, and it's too small, but it does roll beautiful electric green. Then we've got this one, which has an insane electric color. Kept it freeform to keep this color as much as possible, and it is black, and it weighs 2.3 carats. I think that's gotta be a 300 a carat. Would be 500 if it wasn't, maybe even more, but it is a free form, so you lose there a bit, but I kept it free form, kept a weight on it, so it's gotta be a $600 stone because it's so bright. Look at that. And the big one that I could cut, but I didn't because it rolls colors. Now the saturation is not great, and you could cut it here and make this insane opal of a couple of carats, but I kept it intact because it does roll a beautiful green. And see, there is a little bit of red in there as well, and it's black, and it's just an interesting piece. See, this electric colors, beautiful. So can you imagine that in the pendant? That would be quite beautiful, but because that color saturation doesn't go all the way through, we can't get the top price. If it was like this all the way, we would get an insane value on it. But because it's this way, I'm not sure I'm gonna keep it this way yet, but I have gave it a initial polish and shape, so I quite like it because it's big and it weighs 9 carats. So you would think, you know, because it doesn't have the saturation here, it's still, you know, even at 200 a carat, that's $1,800 stone. It would have to be that. So now a drum roll. You have been guessing how much that rough parcel was worth. Now it was up for sale for $800. That's AUD. And I thought it was a great value and cheap, and it shows it was a money maker, no doubt about it. And yeah, it was there for a while on my site. It didn't sell, and that's what I do. I'll get this stuff off site and start cutting when I feel like having, you know, when I'm inspired to do a video. But this one was definitely a money maker. Beautiful blacks. Well, 2 of them are black. Now actually, let's put them on a body tone scale and see how black they are. All right, there you go. I think, as you can see, N4s, N3s. So black, in not the blackest, but nevertheless a black opals. So that's pretty good. Good value. Very happy. Thank you for watching. It was a hard session. It was a hard session for me. You haven't seen a lot of it. It took a very long time. Mintabi, not so easy to cut. Oh, and this rub. I forgot about this rub. And that one is towards the N5, so may not actually. Oh, there's only a little bit will fit into N4, so that you would call a dark opal, not a black opal. But yeah, so thank you for watching, And I'll see you on the next one.